What is going on, good people? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Say That Podcast. And y'all know the drill. Don't say this, say that. I want to thank everybody who tuned in my last episode with my man Casso. It was a super, super dope episode. I've been getting a lot of great feedback on that, right? You got to say that, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched or listened to it already, please go do so now. There was a lot of important topics touched on that episode. It's available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And you know the drill how I usually start these episodes. You can follow me on Instagram, REPETE617, and the podcast page is say_that_pod. And yo, it's getting chilly out, right? Right, Jake? It's getting a little chilly out, right? Yeah, exactly. So why don't you go cop yourself a Say That hoodie? The primary colors I have available right now are navy, gray, black, and red. They say don't say this, say that's on the sleeves. It's done by A&M Embroidery, so you know it's high-class embroidery as well. But DM me your size and colors about what you want for that hoodie, all right? Let's get those ordering. But I may have just spoiled today's guest already, but he's high energy. He's one of the best guys around. And if you've been in the scene, there's no way you haven't noticed this man. So let's give a big round of applause for Jake.Is.Next. What's up?
Thank you.
Making a longer way to say that debut, right?
Yeah. Facts, yeah. Oh my God, huh?
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, we've stayed consistent talking, and it's just a work in progress for everything. So I'm glad to be here now.
All right, yeah. So how's the year going for you, man?
It's doing pretty good. I mean, I wish I could be doing more musically, but I've been tapping in with the networking and just like going out there and meeting new people and just taking everything in ready for the next drop. So It's been doing pretty good, I would say. Like, it could be a lot worse in all aspects.
Oh, right. Yeah, cool. But I feel like networking is like your strength because like when I say you're everywhere, you're everywhere. Sometimes you're in two places at once.
I tried being.
You're
like even like us right now. We're going to be two places.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Right, exactly. Shout out to Caesar. We're going to Caesar's listening party.
Yo,
yes,
no,
sir.
this is gonna
Our
be
guy
so
Cardinal.
great.
You got to go stream that soon.
Cardinal. Everyone go stream Cardinal.
Absolutely. But like, I just feel like that speaks to the person that you are. You know, you lead with a lot of love and respect for your peers. And that's why I wanted to sit down with you today because, like I say, with all these episodes, you know, they're going to be on YouTube forever. They're going to be on Apple and Spotify forever. Exactly. You know, you will have this moment in time forever. So I wanted to make sure that this is Justin. We're doing the Jake.Is.Next music career the right way here.
I appreciate that.
Of course, no, because that's what I always tell people. But when you started your music career, you know, what were your expectations? And, you know, as you grew to know so many people out here, how were you able to lead with so much love when others kind of want that transactional support? I really don't ask for much.
Basically what you just said, like I've watched all that transactional love and a lot of fake love to then seeing a lot of like good people and bad people just needing that one real person to be there, to where we're in a society now where everyone's like saying you got to be selfish, you got to look out for yourself. Like, yeah, that is true, but it also comes to a point where everyone's also like that one person away from being able to talk or getting that love to help them reach to another part of their career or see something that they could never get over. So like for me, like even a lot of people like I show love with, they're not even friends or I don't know them from like a page in a book, but just giving that support is free. And to like watching that grow and flourish into a friendship is, I think, the best part. And like especially I would say about like Boston and New Hampshire and the music media and like New England, there's so much to give and not a lot of people. Like there's a lot of people that know each other, but not everything is reciprocated the way everyone wants it to be. So that's why there's always that kind of snarky comment or those side shade post, or it's like it's so easy if we all just love each other or expect our differences. We're not everyone's gonna move or work the way we do and act the way we do. To like, it's best to learn them and hone them and see what they're good at and what their strength is, to branch off it instead of trying to put stipulations or think about someone because they don't do the same work you do.
Right. Of course.
That always gets to me.
Yeah, of course. And, I mean, it gets to me too because like I've experienced it recently, and I understand that, you know, my podcast numbers wise isn't the biggest one, but you know, we're still here regardless. But I just feel like a lot of people can benefit from we'll call it the 20 or 2,000 people in a room mentality, where basically is you give the same energy no matter how many people are in the room with you. Exactly, you know what I mean? You leave the ego at the door, because that's honestly how you grow as a person.
Yeah.
You know, granted, it's cool to start out, and I've been to shows where there is 20 people, and I've been to shows where there's 200 people.
Exactly,
and I've even seen some of those same artists at both, and they act the same way. You know, so I feel like a lot of people in the scene, and really in the world, have to like understand that, because granted, in today's day and age where we see the success so often on screen, and you know, some of it is manufactured, of course, but a good amount of it is actually through hard work and dedication.
Exactly.
But that also starts with supporting each other. So
I feel like that's like a lot too, where we do that, and a lot of people like to hide that side of like, oh, no one came to the show, or like numbers ain't doing grow. Like a lot of people try to hide that, but I think that's the beauty in it, is the fact that like, again, what you just said, if you can be the same from having no one at your show to having no listeners to like having 1,000 people there, that also speaks volume, because then it also gets to humble you, and kind of, it's like another life lesson. Because even when you're up completely, like look at the people we grew up with, like Sean Kinks and all these people,
Right.
they have the highest of highs, and then now at this point you hear about them with like other stuff within their personal life, and then people are going and laughing at it. It's like, go to show, not everyone can always be going up and be doing good. There's always goods and bads with everything. It's life. Like it's like you can't control loved ones dying or people leaving your life or partnerships. Like you just gotta move on and take it and move along from it and learn from it.
Of course. And it's funny you brought Shot Kicks, because I kind of want to tell these artists, you never want to be the XYZ person in like this year, you know, because you're like, you're playing Sean Kingston in 2025. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of dated era.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and no, it's funny that, but people will say that, but that's what's the beauty of music, though, is because people can say something about old, but like there's beauty in old, because it brings back old times. So, like, even think about this, from baseball games, like hockey, like football, everything. They're still using the old 1980s, 90s rock and roll and all, like, everything. They use
How many
that,
times
like,
does AC/DC get played at Bruins games? You know,
exactly.
right? Like,
Or fucking like
Crazy Train by Ozzy.
going out to Boston. Like just
shipping out
it's just so much. It's just there's so much things that they just read. It's like it's beautiful, but then when you see random people just nitpick what you can and can't do,
right?
It's just funny to see.
It's stupid, right? Of course. And what's funny about that is, though, so obviously Sweet Caroline's, you know.
Yeah.
I have my opinion on it. I don't like it at all. I think we need to pick another. I think we really need to pick another song. But my whole thing with it is this, and I've seen this actually like in person. When an artist or a musician is performing, right? They're on the guitar, whatever they're playing, basically not a rapper. Mm-hmm. And there's no one in the crowd reacting to it. They'll pull the Sweet Carolina right out of the like, you know what I mean? It's the back pocket song. It really is, because if
it's
you
like the Boston national anthem.
Yes, exactly. Because if you have no one, like if you're like, you know, those musicians who play at bars, they like have on a stage. Yeah. It'll be like a Wednesday night. You know, there's not too many people here. No one's.
It's like it's like the same person like sits in their car alone and replays the same song 20 times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they do that where, all right, let's say they're not quote unquote bombing on stage, but no one's listening. They're like, oh, we got this, ready? Sweet. The whole bar. I'm like, bro, like, is that really a cheat code? Like, you know what I mean? Bro, it's kind of crazy.
Like within like 10 years, that's gonna be like the Black Beatles song.
Yes.
Like by Ray Charles.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we're already coming up on 10 years of the Mannequin Giant.
I'm hitting unk age, but
dog. Like, I was thinking that the other day. Like, you ever see those IG reels where like they're like, it'll be like this somber, like, oh, 2023, no, sorry, not 2023. 2013 was 3 years ago, and then it's like, oh, actually, it was 12 years ago. And you're like,
yeah. Or do you see like the Christmas post? They'll be like, I'll throw a throwback, and it's like it's with the video camera, the old camcorder, and it's just like with those like the cookies from Christmas and just the lights,
and like your middle school or preschool
you're
classes.
You're sitting there going, oh, I wish I can go back to that fair and get my mom a mug.
And you know what it hits home sometimes? Where they'll show that footage, but it'll be like the SpongeBob Christmas special and shit like that. Because these cartoons, they don't do holiday specials no more.
No, like remember we used to go in the the marathon, Heat Miser, Snow Miser, the old school Christmas story,
Year Without a Santa Claus,
Christmas, like dude,
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty, all of that.
What the hell was his name that played in the original Santa Claus?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, those were great movies. I love
those. That was one of my favorite
movies,
and I just remember, I remember a few years ago seeing like the main elf.
Yeah.
He was in another movie, and I was like, I took my cousin, I was like, hey, yo, that's the main elf. Yeah. I was like, there ain't no way that I'm this old now. Are you kidding me?
Dude, it's upsetting. And you know what's the even more upsetting about it is, like, you got that way because you turned on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. You know, you didn't load up a streaming service.
Dude.
It's just we're losing the magic. I'm
talking about brain, like now we have the brain rock content and brain rock memes. Like
we
had that before like internet was even really a thing, like they were saucing and brain rot left and right
You remember
for all.
Cyanide and Happiness?
Yes, or do you remember
That was that shit.
Mr. Meaty?
Yes. Oh, I used to love Mr. Meaty.
It used to give me nightmares, and out of nowhere I was like, wait a minute, this shit is fire.
No, right?
They got something going on here. They
Yeah.
know the lips and the claymation a little scary, but I'm here for it.
That's how you know we're reaching unk status, because we're seeing reels of these. Remember these,
Yeah, and it
Nickelodeon
kills
or
me.
cartoon.
I'd be fighting back tears and going.
I was gonna say, bro, I still remember
Yeah.
these. These haven't left my like brain or like my
Exactly.
vernacular. I still talk about some of these fucking shows.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
come
me
on.
with Codename Kids Next Door and, just,
Oh,
and
that's a great
OG
show.
Pokemon 90s, the first
Yeah.
season of Pokemon.
You want to know?
had me
You want to
hooked.
know? That's how I'm a grown kid with money. So my dad used to take me to Toys R Us. It was in Somerville or was it in Medford? It might have been Medford. Like where you remember you ever hear of the place Good Times? Remember that? That's like a Boston
Yeah,
staple
like
place.
I remember that, but like, and then I think it switched to FYE. Up
Yeah,
in New
something like
Hampshire.
that, right? Yeah, it was like this hangout spot where people shot pool and shot hookah. It was a great spot. I used to have I had 2 birthdays there. It was awesome. But there was a Toys R Us there, and I remember that during Codename Kids Next Door's high day, they used to drop these minifigures where they come in like packs of like 6, so it'd be all of them plus a villain. You collect all of them. I had them all on like my desk and drawer when I was a kid. Obviously, I grew up,
Yep.
I freaking I was like, I'm on eBay one time. I'm like, thank God I have these on eBay.
Dude.
I went on them, bro. I bought the whole packs
Bro.
unopened. I'm like,
That
I'm
was
a kid
me.
with money.
That was me
Nah.
going through with old WWE figures. I was like, man, I really want that old Triple H or that
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy. I just like, because I remember just sitting there for hours, no phone, and even with just old Pokemon playing on the big
Yeah.
screen that you could flick it and it felt like you broke your finger on it. And It
Yeah.
just made like a hollow sound with the 3.5 foot backing.
Yeah.
I'd be sitting there just with my ring and just all my figures just going to town. The next you know, Godzilla and King Kong or something would come in.
You get special with it. No. You know what my first ring set, right? You remember the Elimination Chamber?
Yep.
That was my first ring set. So I didn't have a ring. I had
Mine
the
was that
set.
bouncy one that had the
Yeah,
little that
yeah,
sprung
yeah,
down
yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe an inch.
Yeah, damn, look at us, bro.
Yeah.
We're reminiscent out here. You know what I mean? I love
it
it.
was the shit.
I love
I
but
loved
I
it.
feel like, all this stuff, it really speaks to like who you are artistically. Like you have just this creative vision that like not a lot of people have. Like even when you're not making music, I feel like if you weren't in music, you could be a creative director for like a video.
Yeah.
Like so
And that's the thing is, I have like a lot of those things, but that's just the part of me that I have to just stop sitting on it is just go do it and try it, because I know I can do it and I have so many good ideas, but it's just like I'm always make up some built up excuse in my mind not to do it, and then tell myself like why I didn't do it, and it's always the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
And I continuously do it, but there's so many things I can do it. But even that's the thing with music, like right now, like sometimes I just like to relax and write, but then be able to like the new Pokemon game, like come out and play that. But like with everything now, it's like everything's work, and that's 100% fact. But I think a lot of people and artists and everyone else is just forgetting that you have to also like kind of sit with reality too and know what you're at. Like it's good to be nuts and work your ass off, but at the same point you're missing everything right in front of you.
Right.
Like even like I know it's like when I was doing a lot of stuff, like I didn't even realize there was only 3 or 4 months, but then I come back and see like my family, like my mom and dad, I'm like, oh my god, like you guys look like you're moving slow. Like even though it's been only 3 or 4 months, like it's like I completely just didn't pay any attention to you and just was like, do this, that, and like that's okay to do, but at the same point, it's like I'm also taking time and life away from people that made me.
Right.
So like, that's like a little thing I always sit on too in my mind, which kind of
I've
messes
been
me
feeling
up.
that too because I just moved out into a new place, obviously at my parents' house, and I'm like, I seen some stat where, and I don't know how accurate it was because I'm sure it varies by situation, but like let's just say like when you move out, like you maybe see your parents, like I guess the average was like 2 times a month.
Yeah.
So that's what? How many times a year? 12 times 2 is 24 out of 365 days.
Yeah,
so
it's like that,
it was just this troubling stat where like, when you move out, it's just like the experiences you get with your parents go down and down, and that's the shit that keeps me up at night. Like that dead ass. I've never said this on a podcast, but like that's the shit that does scare me.
Because
like,
I know, like, and I even get emotional to it. Like I know,
right?
Like this happens, but like I'll just look at old pictures and think of like them to like when we were younger to now to just see how slow they move now, and just like It's like, damn, like, or even think about like if people have childhood trauma or parents mess up, but I also think that like now it's like, again, they have one life and like now they're getting old to like you notice like when your parents get a lot nicer, they start wanting to be around you more because either if they messed up, they want to make it right, and they also know that like time is going fast, or like
Right.
that's what hits
Like
a lot
I
for me.
never like, and I know I'm blessed when I say this. I never like experienced that with my parents. You know, they were always supportive of what I do, but like I'm just getting in that mood of like, you know, I used to see them every day and now I don't. So it's like it's weird, and you know, like they're in Portugal right now at the time of this recording, but it's like I'm not waking up in my house anymore. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
waking up in this new
And
place,
then it's like
and
then
it's so like
then it's just like, and then think about when you see them again, it's like to even have a simple meal that they'd make growing up,
right.
it almost feels like royalty again. Like
Like
even me, like my parents now, like my parents are in Florida. They moved to Florida, and they only come sometimes, like half in the summer. Like they only come sometimes, depending on how they feel. So like when I see them and they make dinner, it's like even just that one dinner feels like it's like a holiday or a birthday.
Right.
So it's like I grew up on this my whole life. Now it's like I almost have to pray for it, or like when I see it, it's like if I don't take to grab the opportunity, this might not come for another year.
Right.
And then again, how life is, I might not even see you next year.
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
that's just what's nuts. Just like there's so much thing that pulls people each direction. To we also forget about again, like with how media is these days, everything teaches you to be like take away from your emotions. To where I can't stand that. Even though like if it gives like for me like even if it gives me money and rich, I'm gonna end up being alone and rich and feel empty.
That's it.
And that's why I love the love, because like even if I don't make it, like and someone else makes it, I can be like me and them are good friends. And the talks we had, the love we had. To a lot of people don't realize we're all struggling and broken too. To like some of these best artists are hurt,
right?
And to like some people even talk to me more than some of their best friends, just because like they know some friends like, oh, keep pushing. It's like, yeah, but some people don't want to be told what you should do, what they should do, like what you want them to do with their pain. They just want an ear to be like, it's okay, like, yeah, I'm here for you. And let me know if you need anything. Not do this, try this. Well, you got to get that out of your head. Stop back like this. That's what makes people more shut down and closed off to others.
Of course, and it's very important you're saying this stuff, because social media makes us see the glitz and glamour. They don't make us see the ugly parts.
Yeah.
Now, shout out to Justin Clancy for that one. But
yeah, and Clancy, I love you, boy.
Right.
I love you, dog.
Love you, dog.
Love
Legit.
you,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. On 1 year, I've had Castle, Clancy, and you on the show. That's a good year. That's a great year, actually. You kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, fucking, I love Casso. I love fucking Clancy. Like, his new album was fucking great. Freaknik that he just dropped, amazing.
Song of the year at the BMAs. Great. Clancy got nominated.
There's just a lot of, it's like, even like me, to like, I'm not crazy close with them, but like, to be honored to be embraced into their lives and create a connection with those type of people is great.
And you know who I'm like that too, which is why I'm like I'm super pumped that he's having the year he's having, is Bouvet. I've known,
like I still haven't even met him, but like I loved his shit, and I was like, dude, again, it doesn't matter if I know you from a hole in the wall. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna just keep supporting you, share all your stuff, because you're putting in a lot of work. And shout out John Rawl too.
Legit.
John Rawl, like to like coordinate through other stuff, and it just be them two like doing a lot of stuff is beautiful. And also shout out Tyler Loyal too, and like in Fitz the Wrong, like they just the certain teams that some people have is just so beautiful to watch how they can put everything together and plan it.
Right.
And it just also shows like how strong some people's bonds are. Yeah. To where it's like, yeah, they all have their own lives too. To where it's like, but to come together and keep going, it's beautiful.
That's it, dog. It's really not that hard.
That's my biggest wish is I want like I just want to like get to the point where like, and that's what I'm like trying to build to now. I've even recently I've been going to like, the new studio, like Rise Studio. I've been out there like a lot.
Seen that? Yeah.
And shout out to like Jay Rose,
shout out to Rob Dallas, Jay Rose,
they're all doing great. And like and my guy C4, like Spirit, like that. Like he been doing crazy work too. To even think I popped out and was invited there over, and then just from going that once, like it just felt like a family intuition. Yeah. Same thing with Phoenix. Like I love Phoenix with Kyle and fucking Marco, Pedro, all of them over there. Like it's been beautiful. And to meet everything and see all different sides from different like towns and like cities, it's great to like just watch it all around.
So I got two stories about that. One, I'm gonna tell the Bouvet story because this is pre-say that. Like this is 2015. My boy's scrolling through SoundCloud. He's like, "Yo, listen to this. It's Bouvet." He was going by Booty Bay at the time, and that's a piece of Bouvet lore. If anybody didn't know, But I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's nice, and he's got a song with who the fuck was it? It's Outer Hills. What was the feature on that? It was a big feature too at the time for him. But anyways, but to see like him grow over 10 years and see what he's doing, he's just like he's dead ass like one of my favorite
Yeah,
people.
and
Like,
he's authentically
and he
himself.
did a song over My Boy's beat. And I remember getting that before it dropped on SoundCloud. I was like, wow, like
See,
this is awesome,
that's exactly how
dog.
I feel like though. Like the handful of artists like Ramosa, Loyal,
Yeah.
like Bootleg, all like those are people that's like if I fucking get something, if I hear something before just I'm like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
gonna need that, man. You need to drop
Right.
it now.
And the thing too about how you talk about Rises and all these other studios is like my biggest advice to people: pop out, go outside, go to these events. It's not that hard. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Show up
And test
That's
the
it.
waters. You get
That's
to see
it.
who you people are and who you mesh with most. And
Right,
even if
that's
even
it.
if you mesh with like more than one, it's like it's good to just create a bond because like no again when we all pop up at the shows now for other people, we all see each other.
Right,
And there's nothing better
exactly.
than be mutual in that. And then next you know like. We talk and then turn over and someone we go oh
yeah,
you're
right,
too.
exactly.
And let's get a chance you know we just turn it makes
the
that
definition of
and it makes
community.
their show that like artists that were there it makes that show so much better like that like the concert show
Right.
we were there with fucking with Shay and all them
All
and like
that shit, right.
and
That was a
fucking
great
and
show.
Caesar
Yeah.
too, like to where it just makes everything feel more at home and like lively like it
Yeah.
even makes the artist like feel better too
Right.
because like no one like wants to go there and see like the crowd kind of being dead or like
Yeah.
not mingling or enjoying it
Of
like
course.
being like stuck up like
Yeah.
again the ego letting that get like people want to see you unwind and enjoy
Like
the
I
crap.
went to Now or Never. That was my first one on a couple Saturdays ago. I couldn't
wish I
believe
made
I
that.
couldn't believe how many people I was talking to there. I didn't
Yeah.
like, and I left relatively early. I left at like 1 a.m.
Yeah,
it
and
was
to think
still
of how
going.
many different sounds and people from different cities could come together and just have a great time.
Right. And
And,
that's
like,
what that
I wish-
was.
yeah, it was.
That's what that was. That was legit. Like, that was why, like, they didn't even have to do music there for that to be a good time.
Exactly.
Like, that's
It
my
could have been,
takeaway
yeah.
from
And
that.
that's what actually is nuts to where to have that good of a time with having like a lot of back to back artists and doing
Yeah.
like it could have just been all dance hall and fucking
That's it.
and like everything else, but in just straight like old school hip hop rap to just keep people there and dancing
but
because
everyone
you know
was
like a
in
lot
that
of people
room,
like
right.
that they'd rather hear the music and then when they hear someone calling they're like oh I don't want to hear this
Yeah.
but the fact that everyone was tuned in and showed all the love like speaks volumes
It really does. It really does. Like, that's like,
because we
they
again
had- if
all
they
the bad
had,
rep
like-
that Boston's gone to like you see that and you're like this shit
Right.
was fire.
if they had it the BMAs like Music Night of the Year, that would have been it. That would have been my pick. But I digress, anyways. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about is, you know, I'm sure you get the Post Malone comparisons a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do, right? Which is a great thing because, yeah, right?
Fall apart.
Because he's one of my favorite artists, anyways. So
Same, likewise.
yeah, legit. And one thing you do very well is you flaunt your style very well. You know, you're not afraid to dress a certain way. You're
Yeah,
not
like
afraid
right now,
to
like,
right. You're not
opposite of that cowboy like
I feel like
sleek look.
you break down a lot of gender norms when it comes to clothing and stuff like that, you know. And I had this conversation with Cave too because he's kind of the same way, and it's just like this not give a fuck mentality. It's like, bro, I don't care. I'm gonna look good doing it. So where does kind of your fashion sense come from, and how did you develop that mentality?
To be honest, like it kind of just came out of nowhere from one day. Cause I mean, shout out my boy DJ YHS. I like grew up with them like from around like the New Hampshire area to like when I went through some shit with family, I stayed at their house for like a while, and he started like showing me fashion and getting me into that stuff. So like I used to wear his clothes and rock all his clothes out to where it's not even close to the fashion I wear now, but like it opened the door to see like, hey, like I can do something with this and I can piece things together to where even for like 5 years ago, like I still didn't really have anything down. But then out of nowhere, it was just like I just started, something hit. I don't know if it was freaking the psychedelics or something or what happened or just my mental brain growing, but something clicked and I just started piecing things together that I liked and trying new patterns. Then I tapped in with my boy Ellen Lowell named the brand called by DB4, and he hand makes all his stuff. So like those like crazy things you see me wearing, the one piece like a two piece, but it looks like a one just full outfit. Those are all handmade from him, and it's like I just started trying new things and reading the room to like I know like if I feel people look and turn, and I can see like if it's like a what the fuck is that or like a oh I like that to where I just like to test the waters, and to where lately I've been doing more of that. But like right now I'm in like this kind of attire, but I love that slick look, like almost like a lot of people have been
Met
saying
Gala type of shit.
yeah, like they've been saying I kind of remind me of Yellow Wolf, like the way he used to dress up, and I guess I'm like
Yeah.
you know what, I kind of get that, but it's like but I like it because I like the old it's like an old school like sleek look mixed with like a newer era. It's weird. It's hard to even say. I feel like I'm still finding myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm still testing the waters and trying to see like what I really want to like see is my like instrument piece of like who I am.
Right.
But I think a lot of it is like anime too. Like when you
course.
watch anime, someone has a signature drip or style, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, that sticks out. Like that's main character energy. Like I like when I put on a fit, I like to feel like. Yeah, like
Like
this is
Sanji or
turn. Yeah,
something
like this
like
is
that,
turn
right?
heads.
Yeah.
Like I'm walking through like where I'm walking. Everyone's just in a like crowded town, like in an alleyway,
Yeah.
and I'm walking, lighting up, and everyone's like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
I like that." What's
They
that?
give you that like that saloon turn.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like even if
you
it's
ever
good,
see those
if it's
cowboys
good or
when they
bad,
walk, they
it's
give-
still
yeah.
something.
Right, exactly. So, and I'm not hip with like, because I've seen you at Mass Fashion Week and
Mm.
stuff like that, right? But I'm not hip to like the mass fashion scene out here. So is like, is there anything that like I should know about, or like the good people listening should know about it that like?
Yeah, Miss Megan on Instagram. She is like the director for Mass Fashion Week, and shout out, I don't, you know, Neffs.
Yes.
Neff, he has been like one of like the lead photographers and like media guy for that whole thing set up, and they've been doing it for like this is gonna be season 5 now, so I think
Wow.
about 3 years. Could be mistaken, but this is season 5, and it's at the Academy of Creative Arts in Burlington, and that's the second time we're gonna be there. But they've been doing that stuff for like the last 3 years, and they've been just getting a bunch of brands from the New England area, and like models for, like they'll do a casting call and have just anyone from anywhere come in and walk, and like to like that's what I love about them too is they don't discriminate on anything from like body weight to like height, size, like disabilities,
right.
nothing. That's what and like I love that about them is because they give everyone a chance, and it lets people like kind of like feel like important. And even if like that's not like the objective, it's like they give off a lot of love in that to where a lot of people should be tapping into them to where there's a lot also like a lot of like fashion scenes, but not like fashion like shows. You only really
Right.
see kind of like 1 or 2 a year,
Yeah.
which I wish we would get more of that in the like the Boston scene because that ties in so well with music.
Oh, of
And I
course.
just love like I love seeing going to a fashion show and like meeting new people and seeing people's different versions of style, and like then seeing someone perform that you could never even known, or like I really get into where I've seen a lot of people that have no followers but be some of the best artists I've ever heard,
Right.
and it's because again they don't network or like get out there, or that's what stinks. I'm like, damn, like there's even like that's what makes me subconscious. It's
Yeah.
like there's so many people better than me, to like that's what sucks too. Like when you think about artists again, to like there's always someone better than you. There's always someone outworking you. To like you can't let that get in your mind, and because then you're gonna get no work done. Just
Right.
sit there and
Just go outside, bro. Go
Yeah.
outside. Talk to people.
yeah, dude. Like I said,
my stickers, they're my business cards. Like,
Yeah.
because I got QR codes on them, and people love stickers. So
yeah,
I'm like,
and I
yeah,
love
bro,
stickers
that's-
too. I need to get a sticker from
Yeah,
you.
I
too.
will.
And
Right, I'll give you two. I got
a
two,
whole
yeah.
desk from like on my
Yes.
PC and everything. For
Yeah, I got
slap
you.
them on it.
I got you. But
I
like,
seen the
yeah,
Toy
that's what I
Story.
mean. Like, bro, go outside. Like, talk to people.
It
and
helps
stuff
too, like,
that.
go
Don't be
outside.
scared, and also don't be scared to go up to someone
Yeah.
too. You don't even just go outside. Don't be scared to do that. Like, you know what I mean? If you see
And you know what's
someone,
funny is I'm like that's like me. Like I'm actually don't really ever approach people, but like I come off as very approachable. To like once someone interacts with me, it's literally just like we're great friends and we
Right.
hit it off right there. But
Oh,
like
yeah, I felt
if
that
no
way,
one
yeah.
spoke to me, I would look like the sad awkward kid standing in the corner, like I'm about to get bullied or something.
it's like that. It's like that meme picture where
Yeah,
it's like they
yeah,
don't
like
know I'm in the
like you
corner with
just,
the
like-
with the party hat and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting in the corner like
Yeah.
no one knows that I
Yeah.
love One Piece right
And
now.
everyone's like, bro, we see the tattoo. It's like, is that a Zoro tat or
Yeah,
something
they're
like that, right?
Yeah, or I'm sitting there like
Yeah.
no one knows that I look like Post Malone.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, bro, that dude looks like Post Malone.
Yeah. But also, you've also called yourself the Robin Williams of your generation, you know, and I could see that a lot because you do put a smile on a lot of people's faces.
Yeah.
But if anyone knows the Robin Williams stories, you know how tragically it ended. However, with you, I don't foresee that. You know, I feel like you know you're a very outgoing person. You know, you're very again easy to talk to and very approachable. But and we're all human, you know. So there's days like where we go through it and stuff like that. So how do you check yourself on those days and kind of decompress from that?
Honestly,
And why?
like,
And also, why do you label yourself the Rob Williams of this generation?
I think it's a lot to do like just how I grew up and not having an answer or like how to heal myself, to which I've just tend to put it into other things, and then still always kind of come back to the same result. To it's like no matter what success or how good I was at a sport or what I did, I would still come back alone and be like that what was like I'm not here. Like yeah, I had the smile and I did feel amazing at that point. But it's like once I leave that environment, it's like I don't have that rush anymore. And then it's just like back to that wicked low. Like I don't know what to do. Like it doesn't matter how I'm gonna like it's all gonna be the same. And it's like and that's like I think my biggest thing I need to get over it. And I say that is because again, I realized where I'll make people laugh and I'll give like the best advice, but then I can never take it myself, and I'll go behind and be hiding face to where then feel like a fraud to even open up my emotions and what I feel and go through, because I don't want to again feel like a fraud to be telling people how they feel and maybe think about this, or if I can't even do the necessary steps for myself.
Feel you on that, and and I applaud you for speaking up on that as well.
I mean,
because,
and I'll always be real with that, because I mean that's the thing is that, like a lot of people feel like that. A lot of people just want to like feel enough, or they work and put their fucking brain on work to get it off of the pain and how to deal with it. To like almost kind of like what Kaz was saying, like you just keep going, then it turns to a point where work becomes an issue, because you thought it was healing that, but then you were just pushing it farther and farther away to then it just keeps coming up and slapping you in the face, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's like how it kind of is, but like it's it's every day. It's a work in progress every day. Like you can't just wake up one day and be good.
Yeah.
You have to just decide and take the steps every day for it.
Of course.
And I mean, I can always try, but I'm definitely far from that right now.
Of course. Well, again, I applaud you for all that. You know what I'm saying? You're a great person. You know what I'm saying? Very easy to talk to, very approachable. And I appreciate what we're talking right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, man. Legit. But I also feel as though you have crafted kind of your own world around the world you live in. Like you're almost like J.R.R. Tolkien. Where, you know, he made the Lord of the Rings and like this whole world while he's still living on Earth. Like you just have that creative aspiration. So I'm kind of curious, like, when did it click with you that like, oh, I want to be a creative? And like, was there anything that kind of sparked that?
Honestly, it was 11/11/11 when Skyrim came out.
Okay.
When Skyrim came out, it was like I love medieval things and all like just aspects of just like again like Lord of the Rings, all that. To like when that came out, it just kind of like it gave me some sort of feeling of like so much like creativity within the game and just so much go on to like it opened my eyes to just think of so much other stuff, to then it made me like enjoy things and then like deep dive into other things and open new like games or views or movies, TV shows, like to it just kind of like felt like I found a cocoon and watched it rip open in front of me and start fucking fluttering away, and it just I was following that pattern ever since where it was flying.
That's awesome. That's a great way of putting
it.
It's I mean, because like I was never a Skyrim guy, but I understood why people loved it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not tapped in with a lot of like big communities online and like certain like stuff, but I get it. You know, because I relate to it with the communities I'm in and why I like these games. You know, so.
And I've realized a lot of those things that they really do morph you into like growing up to like just every time like with WWE, it seems like even if you get older, you'll watch the old highlights. Like when I just seen the Jeff Hardy's last match, like your own soul, even if you're not in it and watching and consistent with it, your soul feels something while like dealing with it, and you're just like,
it's the escape of it.
Yeah,
and you know,
it's a further brush air, but it's also like hurtful.
Yeah,
because it's like it's just life. It's like again, it's like. It's beautiful, but it's also like someone dying, like watching someone die.
It's like my hero's retiring in 2 months, John Cena. I had his poster above my bed as a kid.
Or how like to just watch him work now, and you're like, dude, this dude used to lift up Big Show like with ease and Edge on the back.
Right.
And then to now it's like you see him moving, it's like he can almost barely jog, and you see him giving it his all, but it's just like, I know. It hurts to watch.
No, I'm gonna cry. Dead serious. I've thought about like that's why I went to WrestleMania this year too, because I was like, yo, like, well, one of my boy who's a lifelong wrestling fan with me, he had never been to a Mania. I'm like, you gotta go. Like, you know what I mean? Even no matter how bad the product is right now, you just gotta go experience WrestleMania. Because I've been to 4. You know, so it's like I've gotten never been that to experience. One either. I mean, it's that thing too. It's like back in the day it was really good. Now it's just like there's something about the product that is just not hitting.
And back then too, if I wanted to always do my like, you got that shit at home,
right? No, that's right. It's like,
but
now,
then you put on, you'd be like $190, like $8 for pay per view. My parents like,
you know what, and you know what the thing too is, I thought about going to Cena's last match in DC. They want $950 for balcony ticks for one time. Like,
that
bro,
was the same thing of me at Boston when I wanted to see Post Malone. It's like he's one of my favorite artists. It's like fucking piss seats for $650, and I'm like, Man,
Yeah.
come on.
Like, come on.
Like,
I'm trying to enjoy this shit.
I'm alone here. My parents, I'm alone. I'm here paying bills. I gotta pay
Right.
bills, music, games. If I want to see it come out, it's
cut
like,
me some
yeah, it's
slack,
like, cut me
dog.
some
Like,
slack here. I'm a big kid.
they're just exactly.
big
They're
boy.
just so like out of touch with like what people want to pay. Like, yo, no one's rich like that. Like, I hate to break it, dude. Like, if they are, it's 0.2% of the people.
And even when people that do have the money, it's because they have a very good structure to where it's like they don't get to buy the things they want all the time. They gotta sit there and suffer with what their wants and needs. And I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, even me when I go to the store, I'm like, I live once. I could die tomorrow. Like, as much as like I'm doing the wrong thing, but it's like this is giving me an excitement. This is making me not want to get as sad for this day, to where I'm doing everything, living day to day. I know it's good and you have to plan for the future, but it's like we don't even know we have no idea what our future holds.
No idea.
So take it day by day.
Right.
Be a good person. Do the things that you enjoy, and if you can get it, get it.
And I will say this too: the key to adulting is always having something to look forward to, no matter how big or small. That's one of my biggest pieces. That's probably the only big piece of advice I give you on adulting. Out of that, 'cause I'm still figuring this shit out, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you got like, whether it's a concert, whether it's even as something as small as like, you know, just taking a hike, like have something to look forward to, because that's what's gonna keep you going. You know, that's
And
what's
friends.
gonna right
And
right,
friends,
of
like
course.
having good friends, like so it's like even if
They
you
even
have
did
one,
a study like. If you have a good community around you, statistically will live longer.
even if you have like one solid friend to like, I know like I'm not putting no one's out there, but I have a friend that's going through like hell right now.
Right.
And it's like everyone else there like has fun and does everything that like this for them, and they all do it. Once they're going through hell, no one's there. Everyone's like, oh, they're being weird and judging them. To them, like all this person needs is that one person to imagine if I didn't like if I chose to be selfish and not be there for someone that I like have been friends have been with, then that's just gonna then something happens to them. That could have been all on me. All it took was one person to help that person out. A lot of adults are like that. They have no one. So like a lot of people hide.
You got
until
better
it gets
self-awareness than a lot of people, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to because I see a lot of stuff from the outside in. I see a lot of people that talk bad about people is because that person's doing bad.
Yeah.
So they'll point out the bad, but not ask what's going on or what I can do to help.
Right.
Because people love. That's the thing is like when you watch any celebrity, any football game, people will fucking not say anything, but once you find out one bad thing they did, everyone's in the comments going, I fucking knew it, he's a bum, he's a beast.
Right.
It's like, it's almost people pray for bad things to happen, but you could win every single year, and birds are silent unless they have something tied to you. Then it's a success for them, not happy for you.
It's a crazy fucking world we live in.
Yeah, it is. Everything's just been so diluted.
Now, speaking on that, as a creative, I'm sure you've like gone through the peaks and valleys, the ups and downs of being it. But was there ever a time where you were like, all right, fuck this shit, I'm done? And if there was, how did you overcome that?
There was probably like, no, I wouldn't say it was definite, but like there was at a kind of a chance when my family was going through shit, and like I had to help them a lot. To a lot of people like, oh, you need to do this, or like because of what past things was said to me from that person, they tell me, oh, blood ain't thick as water, you can't do this. I'm like, that's a whole load of bullcrap. It's like at the same point, it's like I'm a bigger person at her, and it's like because again, if some person did one thing to me, that means I'm supposed to just act like them and do this and that. To it's like essentially like if you watch Naruto or like any other like that, it's like what I take her out to. It's like people can do me wrong, but as long as you're not putting my life in danger and actually doing something that I can't easily come back from, I'm going to help you out. And even if I look stupid, I'm going to do it because that's all they need. And you're going to be the one that has to sit with that guilt, not me. Because I did it and knew what was going to come with it. You're going to sit there and know you fucked over someone that cared and actually tried to help you.
Right.
And that's what I just want my life to be like. A lot of people just easily go cut people off. Like I've seen people cut off a best friend because they had one bad month that like was going through family shit.
Ridiculous.
It's like, and then cut them off like, well, you sad kid. And I even sometimes have conversations with friends like, oh, you got to do more. I'm like, I do know, but like, this is why I can't really talk, and this is why I show as much love as I do. It's because none of us have made it. None of us are there yet. Or it's like we have no say in what we should all be doing.
Right.
And I know like we all mean it from a good, loving spot, but sometimes it's just like, dude, you're not even present to like be telling me. It's like, but like
who are you to tell me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And it's like, and it does always come from a sense of love. But I feel like a lot of people just really don't know each other.
Yeah.
Like they the love's there and there, but like no one really likes to sit down and be like and accept someone for who they really are.
Of course.
Like, you know, like sometimes you have friends be like, yo, bro, like stop being weird. It's like, bro, that's him. That's your bro. Like, don't tell someone to stop doing something if that's who they are and what they do. So, and that's what I like. A lot of people now like have accepted me with that. So, like, I'll be mad, goofy, unhinged. Like, I'll be acting like Jim Carrey, and the next you know, I'm sitting there like Mel Gibson in like Braveheart, just so serious. Yeah. Like, it's just, I can hit the...
I love it.
It's just...
All right, so now you kind of got me going here.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into more, like, the fun side of things. So, because I've seen your IG stories. I've seen, you know, glimpses of your room. You know what I mean? But me and you are similar, bro. That's what my room looks like, too. I got some expensive collectibles.
Yeah,
in
I got a lot of collectibles
So,
and
I'm
cards.
curious, like, what do you like collecting the most? And what's the most expensive collectible you got?
I'd say, like, the Pokemon is my favorite, but like I've been really into like the Marvel, like old Marvel figures and
the
Dragon Ball
Legends
Z. Yeah. And like and then I have that giant Broly, which you've probably seen that Broly figure next to my there. Love that. But I'd say the thing that I have most is probably like a card in my Pokemon. Like I have a Dark Blastoise first edition holo, and then I have like I wouldn't be just one, it'd be like a few. Now I just picked up actually yesterday a Dark Charmeleon.
Ooh.
It was a first edition Dark Charmeleon. I was like, ooh.
That's my thing with Pokemon, bro. Past Sinnoh, I don't know shit about it. After Gen 4, I'm like, have fun. Like, I don't know.
And see, and I did
don't
too.
know.
I did too for a while, but then I got back into it and started trying the games, and it quickly made me fall right back in love with it. And also because I have a niece and nephew, so like a lot of like the other cards I can just give to them and watch them like light up and see them enjoy it.
You want to know something crazy about the game? So I got back into Pokemon with Sword and Shield.
Yep.
And I didn't know that when you win a battle, everyone in your party levels up.
Yeah. Now,
so I'm like,
now it's like
I'm like, bro, it's that easy now. I'm like, fuck that. These kids gotta grind how I grind.
Oh, dude, no.
Are you kidding me?
Exactly. And then if you play like against like the gyms, way easier.
So much easier.
I beat those games in like a day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, where's the challenge here?
The new one they just dropped, I just bought.
ZNA.
Yeah. ZNA. That one it's great. It's like what makes like the actual show kind of is like, because you like get that. And at this one, it's not like the same battle rate. Yeah. For if you switch a Pokemon, then they attack you first again. Yeah. With this one, you can switch out it's like all 6 in the under like bottom left. And you can switch them out and at any point. There's no there's no cooldown time. You can
I'd have to get used to that.
You can hit someone, then switch them out, and then hit them, switch it out.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
And now like the Pokemon can hit you too. So like you have to sometimes like they'll attack you instead of your Pokemon.
Wow.
So you'll have to dive out of the way and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
Damn. So this got me thinking too, now that you mentioned gym. If you were a Pokemon gym leader, what kind of gym would you have, and what would your 6 lineup of Pokemon be?
I think I'd probably go with like a dragon. I'd have to go with like a dragon type. And then I'd probably go Rayquaza, Salamence. Gotta go with Charizard with the dragon.
Of course.
And I'm gonna do an honorable mention because I don't want to do like just my one legendary is Rayquaza, but then I'll do like an honorable mention of Flygon. That used to be my guy in the old game. That's all. Rayquaza, Charizard,
Salamence, Flygon. You got 2 more.
2 more. There's so many.
You gotta do Garchomp. He's a dragon.
Garchomp is a dragon too.
Yep.
He's he's nasty.
Yeah.
Fuck. There's one more.
What is it? Tyranitar?
Yeah, that's it.
That's a solid 6 right there. That's a tough 6.
Even like, I wish Aggron was more like a dragon.
Aggron's more like a steel rock.
Yeah, he's like a steel rock, but he like gives off dragon. But Tyranitar was actually one of my first, like him and what was the other one? Nidoking. When I first seen those as a kid, I was like, yo, come on.
Yeah, that's hard. That's what I mean. Like, that's why I feel like a lot of 90s babies are so creative. I actually had this talk with Noble, the museum.
Because we grew up on real drawings, real things.
Right, like all the cartoons we grew up on, all the
conversations
colors,
in it, the conversations in
all
real
the
world
problems. Yeah, right, like that's why the 90s
that.
generation is like the most creative
or even
generation.
Jimmy Neutron.
That's it. Like, even the 2000, right?
Remember the pizza episode?
Oh, that was remember the pants one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
when was it the movie when he had to go like when
Rescue
Sheen,
their parents?
Yeah, and Sheen was on the other planet. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah.
in, I forget what it was. Oh,
Yeah. No, that was a
there's
great.
so much. And I have to rewatch them though because that's how long it's been. I forget a lot of the key moments.
That's what, yeah. That's what, I legit. What did I do this with recently? Oh, you know what I did it with? I did it with 2 shows. Remember Chowder? Remember the show Chowder?
Yep.
On Cartoon Network? I did it with that because that was legit. When I tell you my top 3 cartoons of all time,
That was like another one that did like the SpongeBob like random edits where did that
exactly.
realism zoom
That's
in.
what I fucking loved
That
about it.
should
It
be
was,
like,
it was so randomly funny. I just loved it. And I did it with Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
That was a great show
That's a
too.
top 5, yeah.
That was a great show.
I was a Cartoon Network kid.
I really loved.
I watched Nickelodeon.
What was the
but-
name of that dude? That's like that with like in the spaces, it looked like he was like Halo, and he's like, "You're watching Cartoon Network."
Oh, that. Oh.
He
Fuck,
had a
that's
name.
right.
They just ended it.
Yeah, because they used to do Toonami after.
Yeah.
Because that was after Cartoon
that
Network
was right
ended,
after, and that was when
then
you,
they
like,
play the anime on Toonami.
Inuyasha at
Yeah.
11:30.
And we got
I used to
Dragon
wake
Ball
up
Z.
at 1 in the morning and nightmares seeing Inuyasha. I'd be like, no. And now it's like one of my favorite animes.
But that's the thing too about like just today's kids and stuff like that. Because Cartoon Network used to do this thing called Cartoon Fridays, where like every Friday after school you would look forward to that. That would be the start.
Saturday morning was a new Pokemon episode.
Yes.
At 7 a.m. I would wake up.
It used to start Friday night into Saturday morning. That's why you got through the week of school. That's why when you went home on a Friday,
waking up at 3 a.m. going,
you were like,
"Tell
yo,
me how am I supposed to live without you?" I would be like,
yeah,
this year's greatest hits.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like all that shit just defined a generation, and I feel like what's defining just generation, like not to be like this old man yell at cloud thing,
6,
but
7.
like right, exactly. It sucks.
Fortnite.
Yeah, Fortnite, Ohio, Skibbity Riz, 426.7, whatever the
We
fuck.
got a dude parking his dong on a toilet. Like, why
Right.
is your head sticking out of a toilet? Why is this popular?
Like that's why I don't get it.
Five
That's why
Nights
it's
at
like
Freddy. Five Nights at Freddy. Like that's the only one that's.
I like that. I like that.
That's the only one that's good. But
Yeah.
and that was like even like when I was like 13, 14, like the younger kids are like 6 or obsessed with it. I was like, why are you obsessed with this?
Right,
Like,
this is
should
scary
be giving
shit.
you nightmares. I
Right.
wouldn't watch this till about 8.
Yo, that's why they're brave too.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because I remember when that
They're
used to
gonna be a
watch-
bunch of horror film watchers.
Yeah, like I used to watch that dude Markiplier a lot.
Yeah.
And
Markiplier.
yeah, the greatest.
There's
One of my
there's
favorite people
snap
on earth
meme
that
I
I've
always
never met.
Put on, it looks exactly like him.
Right. And I remember the first day that his Five Nights at Freddy's vid dropped. It changed the fucking landscape of shit. That to me is why Five Nights at Freddy's got popular, was because of his video. Because
Yeah.
I remember in high school, so it was that sophomore year, yeah. They gave us iPads, right? So on break, I just chill out watching vids. I'm like, what
That's
the fuck
how I
is
was. I
this?
watched Street Fights on
That's
World Star.
all I did, bro, was watch YouTube. And I'm like, yo, like this game's lit. And that, like, I never played the games, but it got me into the
no, it's
lore.
funny. I
I'm
used to do that like in school. Like I would literally just watch gameplay of games, and I never played them.
Never
because
played
half
them.
of them like I wanted to was on PlayStation.
Well, and
I had the
also
Xbox.
the two was on the computer. I'm like, I
Yeah.
didn't have a computer. I had an Xbox.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
it's
I
not
know
on
it's
Xbox.
funny. I like when having a computer was cool. Games weren't as played that much. Like I had RuneScape
Right.
and Minecraft and shit.
all
and then
that
I was
shit.
then I was like, oh, and then when everyone was cool like a console, next thing you know, it's like, get this PC. It lights up
Yeah,
neon
and
inside.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? I
Now
would have
ga-
saved my money and got this.
Right, now gaming PCs are all the wave now
Yeah,
and shit like
yeah.
that. People, I think, own that more than
And
they
it's
own
like,
these
yeah,
fucking
and that's,
consoles.
and then that's the same thing with me too. Like I would get that too. When I look at the price, I'm like,
yeah.
I have, yeah.
like $3,000
yeah. I need to. I'd rather put a payment on a car, or I'd rather put it to my bills.
Yeah.
Put it to new clothes, a music video, studio time. It's like, as again, too. It's like I have a pick your poison, everything, and everything's a double-edged sword or anything you choose
It's
now.
crazy shit, dude. I don't get it. And like, it's just so wild how the generations flipped like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like how like we were the console kids and now these kids are the PC kids. I'm like,
And no,
what?
what I know, but we also need to take it with a grain of salt because think about like how our parents used to talk about what we enjoyed
yeah,
growing up.
of
They're like,
course.
this shit sucks.
Yeah.
But it's like, but now it's like I always reassure what my dad used to be like and say that to. It's like I try to, even if I don't like it, I'm like, well, let me at least research it or study it, like, or see people who like it to see that because there's people that like, I mean, that don't like Pokemon, don't like
Right.
animes that I like, but it's like, and like. I just want to make sure that when I'm transitioning to a new generation, I don't want to be that old hater that turns out to that dude that's just like
I try not to
negative
be good, but,
about
like,
everything.
Yeah. But I gotta be honest, like if I don't like it, it's okay for people to not like something
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? When you see people's like, oh, you hate that, I'm like, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
I don't like
That's
it. Like
now
come
this
on,
generation
like,
makes it is made it a thing to where if you don't like something, you have some sort of hatred for a singular being.
You're just a terrible person. You have this hate. I'm like, bro, I just don't
and I get
this.
that too, but not the same. But that's also someone too. Like when they say that, that's also someone that hates something about like they're going through hate.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Like they're projecting, even though they don't necessarily mean it or they're a bad person. But that's like our whole generation now is like everyone doesn't know the truth, but yet everyone's pointing fingers like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There's no in the between or like just accepting that you can disagree.
Right. We're just a mess. But now I want to talk to you about anime because now you got me going. So I assume the best anime to you all time is One Piece, right?
I'd say like the best of all time, but my like favorite that I grew up with, because I didn't start watching One Piece until like later middle school type. But like from when I was like young, it was all because Pokemon's classic technically an anime, but it's not. But I was like Dragon Ball was my thing.
Yeah.
Watching Dragon Ball and then going to One Piece and then finding Naruto and then just slowly branching off into everything. Now it's awesome. I think it gives you more like life lessons and things to think about than anything.
Oh yeah.
Like
there's way better stories in those shows than like most like real life shows. Honestly.
Well, again, like what I say again, with like being the bigger person, like there's so much of those where it's like you could have burned the world down if you wanted to, but the fact that like it's not just about you. Nothing in this whole world is just about oneself.
Right.
Because if that was the case, we would have came in here by ourselves. We wouldn't have a mother and father bringing us in here. Like nothing in this life is created from self. There's from trees don't grow unless they got water. Like everything. Everything has to
needs something
work.
To grow.
Yeah. It's like you need a counterpart and you need something to be able to help you out, because if it's just one thing, you just watch it crumble.
Right. That's a great point. But what I was gonna ask you was, what to you is the worst anime of all time?
I never really got into thinking about like what's the worst.
Or perhaps the most overrated. Maybe that's a better term for that. Because I got it.
I'd say like overrated. I would think One Punch Man.
Yes.
Is a little
Which
overrated.
sucks for me to say
because it's just, and it sucks me to say because I really enjoy it. But to go from some ordinary dude that just running and then all of a sudden, Bob, you're the strongest. And like, there's no really.
It's too. He's too OP.
It's too much of a mystery in between it to like. It's not like One Piece where there's a lot of mysteries that like you take time and you find out in school. But like, with this one's just like you're just like why? Why wouldn't you just tell us
There's
now?
There's not a lot of logic.
Yeah, unless you're building up to give us a huge mountain drop towards the end of the season. Then that's fine, but like if you're just gonna lead us with question marks for most of the stuff and just it just makes no sense.
And what's shitty about that show is, they just dropped season 3 after like 6 years or something like that. Like, you can't do that in anime. Yeah. Absolutely not. You wait. You do the every other year thing, maybe.
Yeah, and
but
what's even now? But now that's the generation we were growing up with. But now everyone's like, oh, they're getting mad at One Piece tonight. They're like, oh, I want to see I'd rather just. Instead of worrying about the story and all this crap, I'd rather just give us good episodes and give us 1 or 2 good seasons of an anime. So it's like, do you just already, again, you're accepting that you don't want it to be anime. You just want what you want.
Right.
That's the same thing in music. Like, we used to go from 5-6 minute songs. Now it's like, now you hear a 3 minute song and people are saying, I think it's a little too long. You should maybe cut it. I'm like, how is 3 minutes too long for a song? A fucking song. Right. This isn't TikTok.
Exactly.
You want a minute 30 with 2 choruses and a verse and a minute 30.
And that's the kind of screwy thing that I'll say about TikTok and stuff like that. It's because like you can't really compare that. Like you can't compare songs on TikTok to like actually dropping a song.
Yeah, and that's the thing is everyone wants short form content and fast content.
Like you can have short form like reels, not songs. Yes. Songs don't count. Songs aren't in those categories.
And that's what I mean. Like, and that's exactly the point to like. But I think that's what's getting to people with songs. Like, a lot of people's attention spans can't accept something that's long anymore. To like, a lot of people want to make shorter songs, so then it's a bigger hit because if it goes over 2 minutes, everyone goes, "Oh my god, it's too long." It's like I even hear that now. Literally a 3-minute song, people are like, "Oh, that's too long," and I'm just looking. I'm like, "Are you kidding me, man?
That's
like,
insane. No,
what the hell?"
That's insane. And it's good you have that insight because, like you said, you do make good music and it's very soulful. You know, you speak like a lot of like.
And a lot of people like I've even gotten tips from people that are levels and levels above me. Well, the same point is they make different style of music and create different and like when they're in a writing process or creating. It's a whole different way about it. So that's when I say, like, to me, like, I like to just sit on it and pause. And I like to just like observe and just build something off it, make sure I know I like it. And again, if it's crazy long, then you can work through and snip some pieces out. But I think my norm is like 3:30, and I don't care about time. I just go until my heart feels like, yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at what we have and then rework and piece it all to a song.
Yeah, I hear you on that. But all right, Jake, my guy. Before we get out of here, I want to take this time for you to we got a little listening party.
Yeah, I got a twinkle.
But I usually take this time, you know, if you want to give a shout out to anybody, and also where these good people can find you on all these platforms and stuff like that, or if you have any final say, please, the floor is yours right now.
Well, shout out my dog. I'd say that. I want to say shout out my mom, my pops, my sister. I love you. Shout out my dog, Ryan Cole. Shout out everyone that's been building me into who I am today. All my music friends that I've made. Also, shout out my friend Isha. Congratulations on your BMA nomination. Same with Shelly. Same with freaking J-Rose. Same with so many people being nominated.
Right.
Thank all of you for being part of my life and making it better. And even if I don't put in the work that I might seem like I should be doing, know that it's all making me a better person and taking that in to structure how to be better. So I can't thank everyone enough that's in my life or has met me throughout it to accept me for who I am and watch what I'm going to be doing. Thank you all.
Where can they find you on socials?
You can find me on Instagram at _Jake.Is.Next _, but I'm pretty sure if you just do Jake.Is.Next, it just comes up. You'll see it.
There's not another
purple
person.
background, yeah. And yeah, if you guys want to tap in me, see what I'm doing, or just want to see me being a goof on my story or giving random,
He's
like,
worth the follow, I can tell you that
or
much.
the set, though, like, again, that's what's funny. Like, I'm so versatile. That's like, it'll be like making people laugh, and then my music, and then next you know, it's like a wicked sad meme or like some funny meme. Just like you don't know. It's like you're getting hit from all angles.
I'm good for a good laugh from you.
Yeah,
I get dead serious.
I love it. That's the whole point. It's like it's a little bit of everything. Like I can't just hide one part of me and give and like I want again, if I'm gonna be me, I want everyone to see all sides of me.
Right.
Because like some people see the sad stuff, but that's the only thing I wish I could do more is let people see the sad part in reality more.
Yeah.
Because like I hate that. Because I hate when people, because you know, like even if you see anyone, you're like, oh, that person don't like you, and hey, you're doing good. It's like I don't like people contact. I don't like taking away from other people's days.
Right.
I like adding to joy and making them enjoy their day more than having people worry about me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be good.
Right. Of course. That's a beautiful way to end the freaking episode. All right? You kidding me? But ladies and gentlemen, that was Jake.Is.Next. This episode was a long time coming. I know I say that about a lot of episodes, but this legitimately was. I'm glad we had this sit-down convo, and I'm glad sit-down convo. And I'm glad that this story will be up on YouTube for years and years to come, as well as on Spotify.
This is something that like our families can look back on.
Exactly.
When we're sitting in the chair going, honey, get the diaper.
Turn Say That podcast on episode 1. Oh, that's the other thing, too.
I used to watch this when I was a whippersnapper like you.
This is Angel numbers, too. I know you said 11, 11, 11. You're episode 111.
Oh,
shit.
Come on, brother.
Come on, man. That wasn't even intentional. That was legit just like, I just thought of that. That's crazy.
Shit me.
But ladies and gentlemen, you know where to find me on Instagram, REPETE617. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a like and comment on this video. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you're listening to this on Apple and Spotify, please hit the follow button on there. It really helped me out a lot. And remember to follow the Say That page on Instagram, say_that_pod. And need I remind you that it is getting cold out. So make sure you cop a Say That hoodie from myself. Please DM me the size and color that you want. But we're going to end it on a high note. And y'all always know how I end these episodes. Jake, if you want to help me, you please can. It's don't say this. Say that. And we'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.